This is Ron Kessler for Newsmax TV, and we're here with Edwin Meese, the former Attorney General under Ronald Reagan, also his Chief of Staff when he was governor in California. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Glad to be with you.
You became embroiled in the whole issue of some extreme right people saying that Muslims are terrorists, no matter who they are, peace-loving, upstanding Americans. And one example was David Ramadan, who was running for the House of Delegates in Virginia, and you supported him. You went to one of his events. You said he was a great American for limited government, and then you got attacked for that from all sides. What happened?
Well, actually, David Ramadan is a fine man. He was appointed by Governor McDonnell to the Board of Visitors, the governing board of George Mason University. That's how I happened to meet him, because I had previously served on that board and had been its chairman. And so in the course of that, he told me that he was running for the House of Delegates and would I support him. And I looked into it, and he was a fine candidate, thought very much in terms of political lines the same way I do. And so I was very happy to support him, attend one of his fundraisers, and give him my endorsement. So that's how I got involved. I think there was a fringe group. Frankly, nobody ever talked to me about it. I saw some articles in one of the newspapers, I believe, and there had been some indication that there were even people at the event, although I never saw them, from this fringe group who were accusing him of somehow not being totally an American, or being as an Islamist, or somehow not being worthy of running for office. And I felt that this was an unfair attack, and persisted in my support of him because of that. And I think it's when you have a person who is qualified, is an American, who believes in America and is a citizen, and all of these things, to have people disparage a person without any evidence or without any indication that there was anything wrong with him, simply on the basis of the fact that he had come from a Mideastern background and from one of the countries there, seemed to me the wrong thing to do.
Also,
well, he came from a Muslim background, but I'm not sure that he's a Muslim now as far as his religion is concerned. I know he's married to a person who is not a member of the Muslim faith.
and have you seen other evidence of this? Because I know, for one thing, there were all kinds of blogs about it, and there was a lot on the internet about it. Have you seen other examples of this?
No, I really haven't. I have seen some people who have indicated, I've heard of people who are intolerant of people who come from a Muslim background without any reference to whether what they believe or what their position is on politics or religion or anything else. And I think that's unfortunate. All of us have come to America either directly or through ancestors from some other country, or almost all of us, other than Native Americans perhaps. And so I think it's important that we be very careful not to accuse people of things that are not true. Now, if someone believes in Sharia law, for example, and thinks we should have it in this country, or believes that we should not have fought against terrorists who happen to come from Muslim backgrounds, as most of the terrorists we've dealt with in the last few years have, then I would say that those people should be properly concerned about that. But when people are American citizens, when they're obeying the laws, when they're good citizens, when they're family people, and otherwise are a constructive part of our communities, I think we have to be very careful not to disparage them in any way for something that they haven't done.
Suhail Khan, who's a board member of the American Conservative Union and was a Bush aide, also has been subjected to this kind of what I would call it McCarthyite tactics, where simply because he's a Muslim, he's being besmirched as a terrorist. Here's a guy who went through clearances at the Bush White House. He's a respected member of the conservative movement. Were you aware of that?
I don't know much about that situation. I don't know any of the facts of the situation. I do know Mr. Khan, but I don't know much more than that.
And what does it do to the effort to go after real terrorists? You know, the counter-terrorist effort, where on the one hand, peace-loving Muslims whom we need on our side are demonized as terrorists. What effect does that have?
Well, I think it's always serious when any American is disparaged because of their religion, solely because of their religion or their background, when there's no basis for it. And I think we have to distinguish between those people who happen to belong to the Muslim religion, but who are absolutely opposed to terrorism or anything that would be untoward or any violation of the law, and on the other hand, those people who may be members of that religion or fanatics of that religion who are a danger to America, and it's important to distinguish. And when we brand all of a group of people, many of whom or most of whom are innocent, then I think it's a wrong thing, and it does hinder our efforts to counter those people that are really involved in hurting America.
Well, this is Ron Kessler for Newsmax TV, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.